Crimes like this one, where a thief just runs up behind a woman, grabs her purse, and then takes off in her car.
Our Dahlin spoke to community members who are now considering hiring private security.
Neighbors tell me
so, it seems we're not the only ones scrutinizing the latest government data. It's showing the surge in the private security industry. And mainstream media is not just taking note of the security industry's growth, but get this, also another trend, the alarming decline of police forces. This comes to us from a story from Scripps Media. They did a deep dive into the security industry and actually took the time to explain to the viewer that the new federal job statistics shed light on an eye-opening trend. The rising number of security officers juxtaposed against the dwindling count of police officers. Scripps went in person to Houston, Texas-based Ranger Security. At the forefront of one of the latest legal mandates, all Texas school districts are now required to hire security. Ranger Security is in the middle of it all. Given the hefty price tag of putting a security officer in the school, reportedly up to $85,000 per security officer, and an ongoing shortage of PD officers, many districts are left with limited choices and will likely need to hire private security firms.
Inside this North Dallas office building Wednesday, a small security company is working on a big task. So far, L&P Global Security has contracts with 2 North Texas school districts, Wiley and Allen, to supply armed security officers for the new school year. 30 armed security officers picked up their equipment Wednesday, ahead of Thursday's first day of school for Wiley and Allen ISDs. But with the deadline just 3 weeks away, more districts are reaching out daily.
I think this overwhelming demand is set to usher in a new golden era for security service providers. This benefit isn't just limited to the owners of the security companies. As investments pour into the sector, security personnel are likely to see a significant boost in their compensation. According to a Ranger Security representative, security firms are now demanding rates parallel to what police officers charge for off-duty tasks.
He says businesses are willing to pay him more for someone to stand guard.
If we go back, I would say 5 years ago, where police would command, let's say $45 an hour, and security guard company would come in at around $19 to $20 an hour, today I can say that we're even.
While more businesses...
It's crucial to emphasize that these aren't mere watch and report roles. These are armed professionals whose very presence is designed to make a real, tangible difference. Now, here's where my concern lies, and my challenge to you, the security professional. The promise of public policing is the everyone benefits from the service of a police department that is supposed to provide service to everyone. Universal access to protection and safety. Increasingly, for all intents and purposes, this is no longer our reality. In certain cities, the police force, overwhelmed and understaffed, is struggling to meet basic safety needs. Now, we are seeing a gaping void emerge between the have and the have-nots. The rich and the government institutions such as school districts will be able to afford personal protection and private security services. But this traditional model of security remains unaffordable for many. The market is ripe for innovative private security business models to introduce hybrid services, melding technology and human physical security, to step up and enabling cost sharing and making professional security services accessible to businesses and homeowners alike. For more on this model, see last week's video about Portland's Echelon Security Company's Officer on the Beat model. If we fail to address this gap, there are going to be repercussions. In the absence of adequate security, there's a looming threat of organized crime stepping in, offering protection for a price. The resulting power vacuum could redefine the very fabric of society. Even if society were to figure out the foolishness of the past few years and suddenly wish to revert to the old-school public policing model, recruitment would be an uphill battle. Given the political nature and the dangers of working as a police officer, it's hard to imagine qualified, wise officers deciding to go risk their livelihoods working for the politicians in the public sector, at least not in the big cities. Yet the privatized private security sector will offer these officers a refuge, free from the intense political turbulence that currently plague police departments. It's not just on the private sector to spot a business opportunity, but to also recognize the moral imperative to provide a service that allows security to those who can't otherwise afford it. If the private sector doesn't step into the void left by the retreating public sector, that void is very likely to be filled by criminal elements. It's our moral imperative, and we must find the means to provide safety and security services to the entire populace, not just the affluent. This innovation will be provided by security professionals not unlike yourself. I intend to talk more about the specific ideas of these innovative strategies in future materials, so don't forget to like and subscribe. But for a deeper dive into the strategies of starting a security agency, grab your copy of How to Start a Security Guard Company. It's linked in the description below this video. If you don't want to buy it at Amazon, we also offer a free PDF version at the link below. And of course, if you are ready to elevate your commitment to security, connect with us at thesecurityofficernetwork.com. Your Security Officer Network membership is the status symbol of the truly professional security officer. If you are ready to be on the front lines of those who are providing a real solution to the public safety chaos, then join with the group of like-minded professionals who are ready to step up and restore security in this brave new world. That's all for now.